Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most beneficent. My dear students, I welcome you all today in the second lesson from your class 10 English book. That is about Harun al-Rashid. Harun al-Rashid, who has been very famous for his wise and justice decisions. He was the wise caliph. He ruled over Baghdad for many of the years. The wise caliph resolved many of the critical cases in his court by his justice and wisdom. Harun al-Rashid ruled over Baghdad as the fifth of the caliph. He was born in 763. He was the fifth Abbasid caliph and his father was the third caliph of the same dynasty. He ruled over Baghdad from 786 to 809 in Baghdad. He died in 809. His tomb is in Imam Raza Mosque in Mashhad. Harun al-Rashid, the wise caliph, was famous for his wise decisions in his court. He ruled from 786 to 809 during the peak of the Islamic Golden Age. During his rule, the family of Burmakids, which played a deciding role in establishing the Abbasid Caliphate, declined gradually. In 1796, he moved his court and government to Raqqa, which is now in present-day Syria. In his time, in his role, he promoted culture, trade, and education in his rule. He established the legendary library Bait al-Hikmah, House of Wisdom in Baghdad, which is present-day Iraq. This library is still known very famously in Iraq. During his rule, Baghdad began to flourish as a center of knowledge, culture, and trade. As I told you, he was very famous for taking a decision with his wisdom and justice. So, lots of the people were bringing their cases in front of him in his court. So, one day there was a Qazi who came up with a very critical case, as there were two of the people came along the white horse in the court of the wise caliph. And in fact, both of them claimed that this horse belonged to them. It was very difficult for Qazi to resolve this case. Qazi failed to resolve this case. Therefore, he brought this case before the wise caliph Harun al-Rashid. And he demanded Harun al-Rashid to solve this case with his justice and wisdom. Harun al-Rashid listened the whole talk very carefully, and he demanded each of them to come up one by one and say what they wanted to utter in the favor of this case. As both of them were quite eligible, as one of them was very rich, who looked a respectable citizen, and other was poor. And the poor man said he invested his whole money in buying this horse. Therefore, he became poorer and he could not have anything further to afford. So kindly do the justice and give this horse to him. And the rich man also claimed the same, that this horse belongs to him. So the justice should be done to him. But The wise Caliph Harun al-Rashid wanted to listen each one of them carefully and the full words what they wanted to say. So the rich man came on knee before Harun al-Rashid and said, The rich man said, I would like to present all the facts what I faced today. The rich man told the wise Caliph Harun Rashid that while I was riding to the city on the horse, the lame fellow made a request to him for lift up to the city gate. When they reached the city gate, the beggar refused to get down and claim the horse was his. I was astonished. How could he do this to me? I became so much merciful to him and helped him, as he was a lame and he could face problem reaching the city gate in this condition. Therefore, with this intention, I helped him and I gave him a ride. But he did not rely on me anyway. He wasn't thankful to me, he wasn't grateful to me. In spite of being grateful to me, he cheated on me and he tried to occupy my horse forcefully. My Lord of Justice, I want favor from you. The voice Caliph Harun al-Rashid was listening the whole statement given by the rich man in the court, and he was listening and trying to judge few of the things. Harun al-Rashid, the wise caliph, gave the chance to the poor as well, as he always held his court on the basis of equality. He wanted to listen to the poor man as well. It wasn't like that he was listening only to the rich man. Therefore, he gave the chance to the poor man as well to present his statement, what he was to say about this case in his favor. So Caliph Harun Rashid asked the poor man. Poor man came up and told somehow the same story by the rich man, but in his favor. The beggar told his story. He said he was riding his whole horse to the city that morning. The rich man tried to borrow his horse, as he was a stranger for him, so he could not lend him his horse. He said, I cannot lend you my horse, but I can give you the ride to the city gate. So you can ride on my horse. But on reaching the city gate, rich man refused to get down the horse and claimed the horse was his. My Lord of Justice, the wise Caliph Harun Rashid, you must be thinking like everyone in this court. I am so poor and I cannot afford this horse, but I spend my all living, my all money in this horse. I wanted to buy this horse, and I have nothing else now. I have this horse. This horse is my whole life. I would like you to do the justice with me and save me from injustice. Harun al-Rashid took a minute, thought for a while, and with his wisdom found out a trick to resolve this case. Now it was not such difficult for the vice caliph Harun al-Rashid, as he took few of the minutes and he came up with an idea. Following the idea, he suggested the rich man and the poor to touch the horse one by one. Caliph Harun Rashid asked both of them to touch the horse. First, the beggar touched the horse. On his touch, the horse became restless, as the horse did not like the touch of the beggar. Now, it was a turn for the rich man to touch the horse. The rich man did the same, but this time the beggar became very much pleased. Even he showed his pleasure by neighing when the rich man touched it. The rich man became quite satisfied, as the horse had liked his touch. Everyone was so astonished and admired the trick of the Harun al-Rashid. because the Harun al-Rashid had disclosed that this horse belonged to the rich man, because the rich man, it was the pet of the rich man, and the rich man's touch was liked by the horse. And later he proceeded to the poor man, and he told the poor man that you are wicked and you did the dishonesty to the person, to the respectable citizen who tried to help you. So I forgive you for the next time, that you will not do anything like that. But you ask for the forgiveness from the rich man as well, as you try to cheat on him. But the rich man showed the generosity, and he again he forgave him. Not only forgave him, but he helped him. Everyone was astonished not only by the trick which Harun al-Rashid applied to solve this course, but he also, everyone in the court also admired the rich man. In spite of being cheated by the poor man, he helped the poor man. He not only forgave him, he is said, I forgive you. You cheated me, I understand, because your condition was so poor and you became compelled to do it. The horse became quite happy and back to the rich man. It was finally proved that this horse belonged to him. The rich man gave some gold coins to the poor man so that he could not do anything wrong next time. Everyone was so happy and praised the trick of Harun al-Rashid and the act of the rich man towards the poor man. This story teaches us the lesson of forgiveness, teaches us the lesson of helping others, teaching us the lesson of showing generosity towards the poor people. My dear students, there are the exercises that is to be attempted after watching this video. Do the comprehension that is available at page number 3 in your book. There are some questions given in that comprehension. I would like you to attempt those questions at page number 3. Besides exercise A comprehension, do exercise B composition. There are 2 of the questions given in it. Describe 10 sentences the dispute between the rich man and the beggar. How did the caliph prove that the beggar was a lawyer? There are 2 of the questions. Attempt the answers of these 2 questions. Comprehension you will find at page number 3. And this was today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you so much. Have a nice learning. Stay home, stay safe.